What is up, everybody? This is GangGreenDavid coming at you with another video. Today is Saturday, September 14th, a couple days before the lovely Jets-Browns primetime game. And today I am joined by a Browns fan, UngarToTheMax, who I collabed with last year. He is now back again for this marquee Monday night matchup. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Not feeling great after getting beat down by 30, 43-13 against the Tennessee Titans in our home opener in week 1, but yeah.
Well, it was definitely something tough for you guys. Both of our teams suffering incredibly tough losses, considering that we choked away a 16-point lead against the Buffalo Bills. And Now both teams are now going into this game with something to prove. However, I think going into this game, you guys just have the bigger edge every day, day in and day out, because at the end of the day, you look at this game that was supposed to be probably one of the bigger showdowns of this year, Baker versus Darnold Part 2. Now, your Cleveland Browns are now going into a game where they're probably going to bounce back, because I think you definitely looked at the situation. The Jets are just getting absolutely plagued and decimated by injuries, because you look at this situation, the Browns are going into a game against a very banged-up Jets team with a coach that has questionable game management, time management, roster management in regards to his conservatism. And it's tough stuff. We obviously lost Sam Darnold due to mono. He won't be playing. We lost C.J. Mosley to the groin injury. He won't be playing. And we also lost Quinnen Williams, and he'll be out as well. Le'Veon Bell is questionable, but it looks like he will play. So it looks like there's a lot of advantages for you guys going into this game. So what are your thoughts?
First of all, Odell Beckham Jr. shouldn't be blabbering his mouth about Greg Williams. I don't know if you heard that. He was telling his defensive guys to hit me when the Giants played the Browns in preseason, 2 years ago or something. But that does worry me, because Greg Williams was our interim head coach last season. So he's going to be familiar with our offense. So that even though you don't have C.J. Mosley, having Greg Williams could be an advantage for you.
Well, having an advantage in terms of that, but at the end of the day, you look at the terms of talent on our defense, considering that we went from C.J. Mosley and Avery Williamson to now our third and fourth string linebacker, considering that our cornerback depth chart's already questionable as it is, and now you lost an important piece of your defensive line of Quinnen Williams. Greg Williams is going to have a tough challenge to battle with in this game, especially going up against two deadly receivers like Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry, not to mention the fact that you also have David Njoku, who is an extremely versatile tight end, a guy who's quick and is just phenomenal against man-to-man coverage. So I think for us, if we want to even have a solid shot at this game, because I feel like we're not going to cover Odell. I feel like we're not going to cover Jarvis Landry. David Njoku is going to have a field day as well. You guys also have Rashard Higgins as well. So I think that's going to be an advantage, considering that C.J. Mosley being the X factor to our defense, not playing in this game. This could open up a lot of opportunities for Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham to go up the middle, or even Rashard Higgins, or just a lot of schemes that could be ran, because our corner depth chart is very questionable, considering that in the Bill game they got torched by John Brown. Now they're going up against two deadly receivers in Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry, and Baker Mayfield, who struggled, is going to be going into this game with some vengeance on his mind, knowing the resiliency he had as a Sooner. So
yeah,
I think one major key, if we want to have a chance to stay in this game or maybe even win, is the pass rush has to be incredibly unbelievable. I think you're gonna have to have a monstrous game from the defensive line. You're gonna have to just hope to God that Jordan Jenkins can hold Baker Mayfield to his own.
Right. You gotta be able to not just bring down Baker, but more specifically, your defensive line needs to somehow keep him contained in the pocket. Because if you notice,
Baker's able to flush outside the pocket. He's able to make the play outside the pocket.
Precisely. That's why I'm saying, your defensive line needs to do a good job of keeping him in the pocket, forcing him to be a pocket passer. Don't let him get outside the pocket.
I mean, I kind of doubt it's going to happen. I mean, Baker Mayfield's I can't say I doubt it's going to happen, but Baker Mayfield, knowing his pocket awareness, it's and like his frame and his build and his stature as a quarterback and his footwork, it's gonna be difficult to kind of contain a quarterback. I mean, we struggled to do that with Josh Allen, and Josh Allen was able to just flush out of the pocket continuously because we were unable to bring him down. And I think Baker Mayfield, being a better quarterback than Josh Allen, and Baker Mayfield throwing to better receivers, it's just going to be an absolutely tough task. I think pressure is definitely one key. I think the pass rush is going to have to be tremendously improved. Like, we're legit. Like, you're going to have to expect one of our defensive linemen or defensive line to kind of just go back into sack exchange form in a sense, to where you're going to have to just generate immense pressure. And not to mention the fact that Nick Chubb's also going to be running the ball as well, who obviously is a more established running back than Devin Singletary, who really flashed out.
We couldn't get a running game going last week against Tennessee.
Well, I mean, Devin Singletary eventually started running all over our defense once Mosley went out. So once CJ Mosley went out, like the whole game aspect changed. And now, like, being that we're down to a third or fourth string linebackers, starting with a questionable cornerback core. Who knows? Maybe our safeties can also contribute as well, because I think you're going to have May playing back there most of the time. I think Jamal Adams is probably going to be at the line of scrimmage a lot. So
you don't think they'll match him up on Jarvis or Odell?
No. Honestly, like, I think he's probably going to be lined up to where the linebackers usually are.
Okay.
Because he's kind of more of a. I think Jamal Adams is kind of more of a box safety. We kind of see that at this point. But
okay.
I would like to see him in man-to-man cover. I think you definitely want to put him in coverage situations, especially with the receivers we're playing. And like I said, like, it's just going to be a nightmare on defense. Like, if the pass rush isn't immense and we're not winning the turnover battle, then there's no way we're going to have a chance to win this game. I think it's just that's definitely key on defense. Just the pass rush has to be tremendous, and we got to win the turnover battle somehow. I mean, we managed to do it against the Bills last week, even though we choked the lead. You got to do it this game.
Yeah. But for us, we're going into this a little bit blind ourselves, because we were expecting Sam Darnold to be your starting quarterback, which unfortunately he's not due to mono. And we know how Trevor Siemian is as a quarterback in the Broncos offensive system, but we haven't seen him in the Jets offensive system. So it's kind of hard to prepare for that. So that's why I'm saying I feel like we're going into it defensively a little blind, because, like I said, we know how Siemian is with Denver, but we don't know what he's going to be like with you guys.
You also got to compare both offensive lines. I think offensive line, considering that we're going up against Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett, two established and phenomenal underrated pass rushers.
Don't forget Sheldon Richardson.
And don't forget that one too. It's our offensive line is going to have another task, considering that they're still trying to gel together.
Exactly. Plus, you have Ogunjobi coming at you too.
Exactly, and being that you have a banged up Kelvin Beachum at left tackle, and and we have Brandon Shell there as well. The defensive line can definitely easily get after Trevor Siemian. Like, I think it's just going to be an absolutely tough challenge. I think on offense, I think the big key to this game is, I think you're going to have to run Le'Veon Bell a lot this game. I think because Le'Veon Bell at this point, considering that we recently had a scare with him as well with an MRI on his shoulder.
Right.
You're going to have to. He's going to end up being the entire workload of the offense, and Trevor Siemian. It's not a total downgrade, but however, it's not exactly an ideal situation where now you're going into a game where you're in a must-win situation, because our schedule gets ridiculously tough after that, because you're playing
with us.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, you guys are still relatively healthy. Our quarterback's out. We're getting plagued by injuries. Our quarterback's out due to mono. Our linebacker's out due to a groin injury. It's just terrible. I mean, it's week 2 and we're already in panic mode. So, like, I think another key to the game for me on offense is I think Le'Veon Bell is going to have a tremendous game on offense and really just kind of be that specific core to kind of balance out the run game, pass game, especially since Trevor Siemian being at least an established starting quarterback at this point in age. Obviously had some decent number with the Broncos, but however, he's going into a situation where it's a must-win situation with a plagued injured Jets team. So,
right.
Like you're gonna have to expect Le'Veon Bell to just kind of do a lot of the workload over here.
Right. I think also you guys might try and use the quick passing game to try and get the ball out of Simeon's hands on the faster side to avoid getting, bull rushed by Myles Garrett, Vernon, Richardson, Ogunjobi. Like, the Jets don't want Trevor Siemian getting planted on his butt, so I have a feeling they might try and use the quick passing game. Get it to Robbie Anderson. Get it to Jamison Crowder.
Well, I mean, we kind of did that last week against the Bills. I mean, Jamison Crowder caught the ball 14 times for 99 yards, and
right,
it was just nothing off a whole bunch of hitch routes. And I think my biggest worry is that Adam Gase goes into this game relatively way too conservative, meaning like I don't feel, because like I think you also got to use Ty Montgomery going into this game as well, because like you need to use what you have, especially since you also lost Quincy Enunwa for the year. You don't know if Demaryius Thomas is going to play. You can't overuse Le'Veon Bell, because I feel like that's what they did last week against the Bills. I feel like they overused Le'Veon Bell, and I don't think they used Ty Montgomery at all. I think on offense you're gonna have to have a game plan where you do involve Ty Montgomery. You're gonna have to spread the ball. You're gonna have to involve all your playmakers. Otherwise, you're never gonna win this game. I think the Jets struggled to do that against the Bills last week. I think they failed to spread the ball. I think they failed to really just kind of get the ball to their guys, considering that it was pretty much just Le'Veon Bell and Jamison Crowder carrying that entire offense last week. So I think now you go into this game where you're going to have to use Ryan Griffin. You're going to have to use Robbie Anderson. You're going to have to use Jamison Crowder. You're going to have to use Demaryius Thomas to be placed. And you're going to have to use Ty Montgomery as well. So the Jets really need to spread the ball around and kind of catch the defense off guard a little bit if they even want to have a chance to win this game. And another thing is they have to put up points, because we cannot have a repeat of last week of where we only put up 6 points off 4 turnovers. That's just absolutely unacceptable.
Right, and you can't expect us to.
I think it looks like with the magnitude of your offense, of the magnitude of the Browns' offense, it's possible that the Browns could score a lot of points. And I think if the Jets want to have the best chance to score and stay alive in this game, they're going to have to do it touchdown for touchdown. The way to do that is you need to spread the ball around. You need to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and you can't overuse one guy to carry your entire offense. I think that was their mistake last week,
right,
and I don't think they need to do that tonight. I mean, on Monday night.
Right. Plus, you can't expect us to only put up 13 points again. I mean,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
But anyway, anything else? Like, what are your keys on offense, or what are your keys on defense, as a matter of fact?
I would say I'll be curious which one of your receivers we put Denzel Ward on. My guess would be Robbie Anderson, but because that's what we did Thursday Night Football last year, but I'm not sure. So I'll be curious who we put Denzel Ward on.
Marius Randall's not playing too.
Yeah, that does concern me. But I like Greedy Williams, and I think he's also a cornerback, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is a corner. You guys drafted him this year.
Yeah, I know that we didn't have our first pick in the draft until the second round because of the Odell trade.
Yeah.
Although, as much as I like having him, he has brought nothing but drama to our team. Like, you hear him bad talking the Giants and, the NFL saying, dude, you can't wear this watch during the game. And Odell goes, yeah, I'm just going to ignore you and wear my watch anyway. I'm like, what are you doing? Just go out and play football. My God. This is why the Giants traded you.
But at the end of the day, it's what's going to matter on the field when Odell Beckham can possibly go for 150 yards receiving. So
yeah, I thought he was going to be able to do it against Tennessee last week, but clearly that's not what happened.
Well, it is what it is. But anyway, score prediction. I originally predicted a Jets 34-31 victory, considering that this is going to be the primetime matchup that we were expecting to be. But however, like, I won't be surprised if this could be 31-10 Browns or something like that. Like, I won't be surprised if we got our ass kicked. But however, I got to shed the light on some optimism here. And like I said, I think if the Jets spread the ball around like they should do on offense, get the ball in the hands of all their playmakers, Le'Veon Bell can be Le'Veon Bell and produce a great run game like he did last week. And if the defense gets an enormous amount of pressure on Baker Mayfield, then I think that that's pretty much our only shot we have. But
yeah,
like I won't be it won't be surprising if the Browns kick our butt. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, but I guess for me, it's like with Baker Mayfield consistently running around like that, how long can your corners, stay on our receivers?
Exactly.
Yeah, which we're going to have to deal with in week 6 when we play Seattle, going against Russell Wilson. So that'll be fun. Okay. Which I think I'm going to be doing a video with Norbcam. So, yeah. And don't worry, I won't be wearing that, have that.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, anyway. But I guess my key on defense is we got to stop your run game because we did not do a good job of that last week against Derrick Henry. I don't know what happened against Tennessee. I'm really not sure. But the one thing I always have thought about is when you're getting ready for a week 1 opponent, well, I guess for you it's different because you were playing a divisional opponent. But for us, we were getting ready for Tennessee. How do you watch film on Tennessee and what they do? Because they probably didn't play a lot of their starters week 1, and they might not be running exactly the same offense this season that they did last season.
Right.
So you get what I mean? Hopefully we got our first clunker our only clunker out of the way. But I have a feeling we got a couple more in us. The one thing I am concerned about with this game, though, is yes, it's Monday night against you guys, but I'm afraid we might be overlooking you guys, and we could be looking ahead to week 3 when we have Sunday Night Football against the defending NFC champions, the Rams. So I'm a little worried that we might be overlooking you.
Well, we'll find out Monday night because as of right now on paper, it looks like you guys are the favorites to win this game. And like I said, I won't be surprised. So anyway.
Are you going to be at the game?
I will be at the game, yes.
Okay.
But anyway, it will be a tough one considering that I probably am going to be expecting along the lines of like 30,000 Browns fans over there. So we'll definitely see what happens. But
yeah, anyway, the dog pound loves to travel.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a rough night. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. Sorry if this came out as a little bit negative and pessimistic. Unfortunately.
I think I forgot to give my score prediction. Oops.
Oh.
I'm actually going to say it's closer than you think. I'm going to say 28-21 Browns.
Okay, fair enough.
So a little bit closer than you think.
All right, that's fair enough. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Obviously, I'm sorry if this was definitely a little bit pessimistic out of my mouth. Unfortunately, like I said, things aren't looking good on the Jets side right now. And a game that I was really, really excited for just now turned into what could be a disaster. God forbid. I mean, you never know what could happen. Hopefully a miracle can happen, and hopefully the new Le'Veon Bell jersey I bought could be a good luck charm of some sort. So, but anyway.
I don't know if you want Miracle at the Meadowlands Part 2, though.
We'll see, man. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Guys, make sure if you haven't, please go subscribe to UngarToTheMax. He's a young Browns fan, good Browns fan. He's a season ticket holder and does videos at Browns games. So if you want Browns content or if you want any sort of Cleveland content whatsoever, go check this kid out.
Cool.
All right, so thanks for watching this video, guys. Please comment, like, subscribe, and subscribe to Unger to the Max. And see you guys Monday night. Peace out, guys, and go Jets.
And this is Unger to the Max signing off with a salute to you, and go Browns.